Okay, so this video I'm going to be going over the 3 EMA strategy that's going to be getting added to the indicator package, and the indicators included in this with the templates. Let's just quickly go over what the indicator does here, and then we'll go into the top-down approach for the USD CAD to see where the trade setup is. So we want to do the top-down to get optimal entry, and let the winners run up to higher time frame targets. So I will go over that, but first we'll quickly go over the indicator and the strategy. So we got the 3 EMAs here. You can see the indicator prints the crossover arrows to the upside, to the downside, and these stars are pullback areas. We also get alerted in the indicator. You can see it's the moving average strategy here. And we do have the sound alerts, the notification alerts, and the email alerts. This arrow placement just puts these arrows further away from the candle that they're printed on. And I have this setting in there because each pair is going to be different, either 3, 2, 4, or 5 digits. And you can also adjust the size of them and also the colors here, and same with the pullback stars. So we'll get into the money management system here, and I'll show you that once we get into the trade on the USD CAD. So okay, let's get out of there. This is just showing the range on the current bar here, and it labels what the price is at. And it also gives us our target. So for the monthly, the trend is up and pulling back, and we would be looking for a target here. However, the monthly is sideways. You can see these EMAs are pointing sideways. So I'm not going to target the monthly in this trade. However, we go further down to the weekly, and we can now see that the EMAs are pointing to the upside. It's clearly visible here. So we're going to look to see where we can get an optimal entry for going long on the USD CAD. Obviously, this is a terrible risk reward here. If we did a buy stop here, we tried to get up here at 130 and put our stop down here at 319. That's a terrible risk reward. So we want to target our weekly, but get in on lower time frames so that our stop loss is a lot less. So we're going for bigger targets with lower stop losses. Okay, and then we go based on the money management risk of the account. So we'll see. I'll show you this. The indicator that I got from Marketplace that shows this weekly resistance here. It's just, all it is an horizontal line I've put on, and I've put it on the weekly target. And then you can see when you double click on it, it lights up, and you can do touch alerts, breakout alerts, or just straight up resistance. So this indicator, if you're interested in it, is in the Marketplace. It's called the Trend Support Resistance Tool. I'm not affiliated with it. It's just a great utility. If you like it, it is $32, and you got 8 activations. So if you don't want to spend the money on that, you don't have to. You can do this manually. I'll show you right now. I'll move this one up, and we just put a horizontal line on your weekly target area, double click it, right click, go to horizontal line properties, and just type in weekly target, hit OK. And then as you, I better show you this just in case sometimes the visualization doesn't click on show all time frames, so we do want to see it on lower time frames. So do make sure that the show on all time frames is clicked. Okay, and now when we go to the lower time frames, we can clearly see the weekly target here that we did manually. So we know where we're going to be targeting later on, which is 34710. Okay, and this is going to be useful when we do the money management aspect here. So let's go back to the weekly, and I can delete this line and I'll bring my original line back down. Okay, so now we know we want to go long on the USD CAD, but we want an optimal entry. So let's go further down. We'll head to the daily. And on the daily, we've already got the daily resistance line marked here for the target. We are pushing to the upside, our weekly trend. This indication up in the top right hand corner shows the time frame above the current time frame we're on. The confirmation indicator shows is based on the current time frame. So at least if we're on the daily, we can just quickly glance and see what the weekly trend is at as we're going down. So we can see the daily is up. We've got our daily target here. We'd like to see it break this and head up here. Now, we don't want to put a buy stop here and then a stop there. It's not a good risk reward. However, this would be our first one at 26 and then stopped out at 76. So it's a terrible one, but our runner would end up going up about 132 pips. So still not good optimal entries. We've got our pullback on the daily coming up right now. So we're going to see if anything else gives us a better entry on it. Okay, so we'll go down to the 4 hour. Like it says here, the daily trend is up and pulling back. So here's a bit better, more optimal entry. We've got our 4 hour target set up here. Now on this one, we have two choices. We could do our initial target on the 4 hour. However, it's not the best. It's only 17 pips, 18 pips, and our stop is going to be down here, taking into account our spread at 48. So not a very good risk reward here as well. We would want to aim for this one. So our initial one is about still under 1-to-1, so it's not good. So we do want to go down another time frame and get better entries. Go down to the 1 hour and see if we're giving anything. And you can see all of our higher time frame resistant areas are shown due to our due to the lines that we've put in. Now our long-term target is up here at 163 pips. Okay, 166 pips. So now we're getting a better for our runner, a bit better entries here. We've got the 1 hour. If we put a buy stop here, we could target the 1 hour at 7 pips. Not that great, especially with where we're at for our spread here. And then we're risking 20 pips. So it's still, that's a terrible risk reward. So we would be targeting our 4 hour target, which is going to be 27 pips. And now we're risking 20 pips. So now we've got a better positive 1 to just over 1-to-1 risk reward. So we could do a good entry here. Now we'll go down to the 15-minute and just see if we get a better entry yet with a better stop placement, a little tighter, and gives us a really good risk reward. Okay, so our risk reward is a bit better here. We've got the same breakout on the 15 as we do the 1 hour. So we break out of here, we're breaking out of the 15-minute chart, and we're also breaking out of the 1 hour chart, targeting the 4 hour as well. So we do have a better risk reward here. We're risking 13 pips now for a potential of 26, 27. We could even see maybe we want to go for the hourly initial target. We'll put our hourly target on here. Okay, and we'll go down to the 15 and just see if this is a half decent risk reward. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be doing a buy stop here. Our stop is gonna be down here at 13 pips, taking into account our spread. So it's gonna be about 13 pips here. And our 1 hour target is 7 pips. So still, or 8. So we don't want to do that. We'll get rid of our 1 hour and we'll stick with the 4 hour, which is nice and up here. So like I said, we're breaking out of the 15-minute and the 1 hour here, which is a good setup, and our stop is tight if we do come back down in here after we breaking out here. But we do have a good chance of coming up into the 4 hour. So let's go into the money management. We'll just right click and go into the UFX moving averages strategy. And by default, it's turned off. So we're going to have to turn it on here. We're risking 5% of $1,000 balance. Say you have $1,000, but you only want to risk 5% of 100. You can put this to $100, and that's going to be $5 risk. So you don't have to risk your full balance of your account. You could split your account up if you wanted to. But we're going to go based on 1,000. 5% of 1,000 is going to be about a $50 risk. And then we'll just see if our risk reward is half decent on this trade, and if we're going to take the trade. So we've got the standard mini and micro lots for the account type. Majority is going to be staying with the standard here. We are looking to do a buy trade, and our open price is 33064. Our stop is 32961. So 32961. Now our stop loss percentage is 100%. We do want to be completely out of this trade if the stop comes back down after we're triggered to the upside. So our target 1 is going to be the 4 hour, which is 33353. So 33353. And we want to exit 70% of our position at this first target, and then we're going to leave a runner here of 30%. So we're getting out of majority of the trade here at the first target, and then we're going to let 30% run. And we are putting our higher target up at the weekly, which is going to be 1.34710, and then just hit OK. Close this out, and now we can see what we're printed up over here. The account balance is based on 1,000 for our money management. Account type is standard, 5% risk. Profile is aggressive at 5%. So 1 to 3% is conservative. 4 or 5% is aggressive or medium risk, and then greater than 5% is going to be very aggressive. So you can see down here our target 1 at 70%, target 2 is 30%, and our stop loss is at 100%. Just gives you our levels here. We've got our trading size. We're going to trade 0.65 lot sizes here. Our profit at target 1 is going to be 29 pips, and that's about $100 profit. Our profit at target 2 is going to be $235, which is $165 if we make it to this target here. Potential total profit is $334 based on risking $50 for where our stop loss is. Okay, and our risk reward here you can see is 1 to 6.68, so it's a good risk reward. So now we're just going to set up the trade, and we'll go up here and Okay, we're just going to go up to the new order. We've got our risk here and everything is looking good. And we've got the trade ready to put on the table here. We're going to put our buy stop just above the 333064. So let's go and place the order. Click on new order, USD CAD. You can see our first one here is going to be 0.45 lots. We're going to be doing a pending buy stop at 1.33064, and our stop loss is going to be at 1.32962. And then our first take profit, you can see we got our trade levels right here for us, is going to be at 1.33353. And we're just going to go ahead and place the order. And we're going to move this up just a bit to take into consideration our spread here. So we'll move it about the top of the fractal there, and then we can move our stop loss down just a bit to take into consideration our spread. So our first trade's on the table there. Let's go ahead and place the next one, which is going to be our runner. And you can see down here it is 19 or 0.19 lots. And same thing, pending order, buy stop at 1.33064. Our stop loss is 1.32962. And our take profit is going to be our target 2, which is 34710. And we're just going to go ahead and place that order. And move this up again, take into consideration our spread, and then adjust the stop loss here as well. So we've got this trade set up and ready to go. And that is it for this system. I will talk to you guys later. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention. As we leave it on here, we've set up the trade. You can see, make sure that the alerts are set to true. If you want to have a notification sent to the phone and you've got it set up within your MT4 platform, you can set the notification to true and also the email to true as well, as long as you've got it set up in your MT4 platform. We're going to set up the sound alert, and it's going to give you a pop-up alert as well, so that we know if there's any changes within this. We're going to be notified, such as maybe we get a crossover to the downside, so we take the trade off the table and wait for it to turn back around and get a new setup to go long. So just in case there's any changes, you're going to be notified, and you can adjust your trade as you go. So, okay, that's it. We'll talk to you guys later.